Hello, my collective community. I am your girl, Two Claps Oracle. And I wanted to get right into today's reading. But before I do that, I just want to thank the people who sent me my Amazon wish list gifts, who sent me Cash Apps, who sent me PayPals to try to help me in my situation. I love you so much. But I want to verbally let you guys know that my Cash App and my PayPal is Vibe777, VYBE 777. I also have Zelle. All you have to do is email me or DM me and I'll give you my Zelle email. However, to the people who email me and ask me, is my Cash App name my actual name? And then when I reply, you begin to try to start a conversation and you never send a Cash App. That's letting me know that your intentions aren't pure. But to those people who have sent me the emails and then you have followed up with something nice for me, I love you so much. And you guys are the reason that I'm going to continue to read. I'm not even anywhere close to my $3,651 goal, but I'm going to keep going. I am more upbeat today. I went and got all my crystals today and went and got all my gold today, my bangles today. And like I said, if you guys want to help me and my daughter, please send me a Cash App donation, PayPal. And also, oh my God, I'm so happy for y'all sending me all my new cards for the summer because it's about to get lit this summer. But as you can see, I'm upbeat. I don't stay down long. I did my meditation and trouble don't last always. So let's get right into this reading because I feel like it's going to set some people free. Basically today's reading is about spiritual warfare and spiritual attack. See, a lot of y'all got that misconstrued. What do I mean by you got it misconstrued? So you understand, war is when two people or two entities or two countries or you and something else are fighting against each other. An attack is when you are being defeated or you are attacked, okay? Now, in an attack, you can fight back. But usually when you go to court, so I can condense this for you, make it more relatable. When you go to court and somebody says, I was physically attacked by another person, that means you got your ass whooped. You know, let's just go shit, like I always say on Phone Them Grave. I think that is so funny. Long live King Von, okay? But anyway, I think it's so funny that when people say that they're under spiritual warfare, they misinterpret it for spiritual attack. No, let me tell you something about spiritual warfare. Spiritual warfare is when you get a warning. When you finna go to war with somebody or something, you know what? Let's just keep it in the spirit realm. When you're about to go to spiritual warfare with something or somebody, God is going to assist you. You have people, ancestors, prayer warriors, crystals, meditation, scripture. You have things, sage, Palo Santo. You have so many different things that that's when you start to make your offerings to your orishas. Whenever I feel like I'm under spiritual attack and somebody won't war me, I go and I give a great, wonderful offering to the orisha Oya. And then through Oya, if she tells me to, then I'll give one to her daughter Yemia. And I'm coming after you in the sky and I'm coming after you in the sea. And if it gets real bad and you want to get downright nasty and dirty with me, then I'm going to go get Papa Legba. But I haven't had to use that level of spiritual warfare since last year. So you really don't want war with me over here. Okay, so let's get right into spiritual warfare and spiritual attack. I think people need to understand what this really truly means, okay? Ooh-wee, spiritual warfare. Let's get right into it. Past, present, future. Past. Your past was all about abundance. Everybody's seeing your abundance coming to you quickly. That's why you were under spiritual attack. See, your past was all about spiritual attack. And let me give you the context of spiritual attack. Satan went to the heavens like he did Job, and he asked God, could he afflict you? And God says, yes, you can, but you can only do this, 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 and this. And that goes back to one of my earlier readings when I said, ain't no way in hell I would have fell from heaven with Satan and then found out that Satan got to go ask for permission from God to do his dirty work. Then what the hell we fell with you for? Because you said you were God. But that's neither here nor there. That's how they try to trick you. I ain't following nobody that got to go ask a boss what to do when you claim that you the boss, just like the boss is. No, you're not the boss. You're an understudy. Anyway, so your season of abundance was in the past. And what I mean is by that is everybody foresaw abundance coming for you. Now, they knew that they couldn't stop you, but Satan sent these human beings with demonic entities attached to them to try to stop you. See, all they could do, like I told you on yesterday's reading, when I told y'all I'm going through possible homelessness and going through possibly losing my apartment, and everything big for me comes literally in the 3rd week of March, okay? But I'm going to stay strong because I know trouble don't last always, and God got me and y'all got me like y'all been showing me, right? So they tried to stop the momentum of you receiving your abundance quickly, because most of your family members, especially your mother, your fathers, and your siblings and people that's in your immediate family, if they weren't going to be able to access or control the abundance that you were going to be able to have, they didn't want you to have it. My dad did that. My dad is hiding an inheritance, and he's hiding a check from me. And I'm going through this stuff with DCFS, and he's trying to attack my mental health so he can have access to the money, and I keep whooping his ass. I keep whooping his ass. You hear me? So without my signature, or without him having some kind of power of attorney over me, and he still doesn't know that I know he's withholding money from me as I'm going through this horrible, harsh season of my life, he can't get it. So my father is working on assignment. He doesn't want me to have that level of freedom because he knows I will never turn around. He knows that if I get the blessings that are promised to me from God, they all can go to hell. See, the difference between myself and you is money. What do I mean by that? If we had the funds that we needed and the resource that we needed, we wouldn't spend one more day thinking about that dead bloodline that we come from, that sorry man or that sorry woman that's holding us back. We wouldn't give a damn about them. But because our momentum to abundance has been held up since the past, they didn't want us to get where we needed to go. They knew that we were headed quickly somewhere that they couldn't go and they couldn't control. And instead of understanding that their path was somewhere else, they were so invested in your path and wishing that it was theirs, or wishing that they could be a part of it, that they would rather stop you completely and hinder you from making it. But guess what? You still getting there, even if you have to walk. See, you were designed to take a plane to your destination. But God told Satan, go ahead and attack her. Go ahead and attack him. Because all you're going to do is force me to make them take their feet to the destination. And what you don't understand is, see, if you would have allowed that man or that woman to go under spiritual attack on a plane, and they weren't ready for the blessings that I was going to give them, they would have messed them up and you would have came out on top. But since you wanted to work for Satan and you wanted to attack my daughter or my son, this is God talking, since you wanted to jump in the way and play my role, and you wanted to slow down their momentum and force them to take their feet, not only do you take your feet, when you take your feet, you can see more things on the ground that's sent to disturb you. See, if I'm in the sky too early and I'm flying too early, I'm going to miss all the snakes and the rats on the ground. So when I get to my destination and I get off the plane and I have to get on the ground, since I have been sped to the destination, I missed this whole training. So as soon as I step off the plane, I don't know how to identify snakes and rats on the ground. But since you attacked me and they attacked you, now you have to walk to the destination. And because your feet, your 1-2 step, shout out to Sierra, is not as quick as a snake slithering or a rat running by, you are going to have to go behind the snakes and the rats. See, the people that came to afflict you, they didn't realize that when they kept you on the ground and stopped your momentum, you had to walk. And a human being can only take 1 or 2 steps at a time. A snake can slither faster than a human can run. A rat can run faster than a human can run. You get what I'm saying? So not only did you put me on the ground, you put me behind the things that were sent to attack me and destroy me. And because you did that, I know what to look for. See, now I'm on the ground being attacked. But I went around this big attack that you planned for me because I seen the rat droppings. Something about rat droppings mean that rats are over here, so I got to go another way. I went this way, but then all of a sudden, I seen something slither real fast, and then I seen a regurgitated rat, which means the snake ate the rat. So something over there says don't even go that way either. So here I am just walking along, walking along, walking along. And you never understood that if you would have never tried to attack me prematurely and play God in my life, that I would have failed, because a blessing before its time is destruction. Ooh, this is a good reading. I need to have some sad days more often, okay? Let's get right into the present. Now, since they afflicted you in the past and you beat the snakes and the rats and you learned all the lessons, God took you into the wilderness. And now in the wilderness, you had to learn how to become the alpha amongst the wolves. See, a wolf is going to mind their business and you're going to mind your business. But because you have come through a whole bunch of people trying to afflict you and abuse you, you know what it looked like to be a wolf yourself. Not only can you be a wolf, you know how to transform into a snake if you have to. You know how to transform into a rat if you have to. You know how to transform into a wolf if you have to. And on your present walk, a wolf, an alpha wolf, two alpha wolves gonna look at each other and they're gonna make the decision not to go to war with each other, because if you can't beat them, join them. See, what happens is they try to afflict you. And in the present day, everything they did to you is coming back on them. See, what God says is, I will release your mind unto you. What does he mean by that? I am going to allow your mind to attack you, because all of the things that you've done to me, all of the things they've done to you, when the demonic entity disassociates from the human host because the human host did not get the agenda done and it goes off into the spirit and is looking for somebody else, that human being is forced to live with itself. See, that's what they don't get about spiritual attack. See, the spiritual attack, once the person who wanted to afflict you became in agreement with the entity jumped on that at the same time. So while it was afflicting you, they didn't even know that the entity was sucking the life out of them and operating out of them. And they didn't understand, while they were trying to attack you, the entity had already attacked them. So now in your present day, girl, my brother, my sister, you can run with the wolves. The wolves love you. The snakes wish you would come back. The rats want to live in your house. The rats and the snakes and the wolves, everything is trying to clean itself up so it can get back with you. And what happens when people realize that they played a snake role and a rat role and a wolf in sheep's clothing role in your life because somebody lied on you and somebody had an agenda and manipulated them, those same negative entities are going to have to focus the negative energy that they helped the person trying to afflict you. They focused on you because that person lied on you, right? Well, what you think is going to happen when those negative entities realize they've been played? They're going to have to unleash on that person. And they know it. See, that's the difference between spiritual attack and spiritual warfare. See, they try to attack you. And most of the time when you attack, it's because you're unable to fight back. They were trying to prolong your abundance. That's why they attacked you. Didn't even have a good reason to do it outside of jealousy and envy. But you came out of that attack and you start realizing the attack in the present day, just like me and just like you. This is our today. Now that you can identify the attack and you look the attackers in the face and say, if you come after me, then I'm going to have to do what I have to do. Then they make a decision to back away because, see, bullies don't like to bully people that stand up to them. They only can bully the weak. But what happened was, in your past, you weren't weak. You just didn't know what the fuck was going on. Oh, but let's get into this future card. See, this is the spiritual warfare. Your future, which starts from today on, is about your spiritual journey. The people who tried to attack you in spiritual attack didn't understand anything about spiritual warfare, because I'm only focused on attacking you. Well, while they attacked you and tried to hinder your step to abundance, you start running with the wolves and training with them too. Wolves don't lose. So now that you know how to fight, God is unleashing you on them. And can I tell you what's crazy? Like I told y'all in a couple readings before, people have no idea how much they lost until you no longer pay them attention. Meaning, you didn't even have to fight them back. They're so beneath you. What they don't understand is that they made you entirely too strong. And now that they've made you entirely too strong, they're sitting up, scared out of their mind, wondering how you're going to retaliate. Let me tell you how I retaliated against my mother, my father, and this ex-coach I had at the University of Oklahoma, Dana Boone. She tried to destroy me with the help of my own parents and my child's father. So I made my other TikTok and I started telling all of the stories that they ever did to me. And then I started telling all of the podcasts on my podcast that I used to have, all of the stories that they did to me. Overnight, a year and a half later, I'm at 349,000 followers, over 30 million views. It is so embarrassing to all of them that the people emailed them and called them. Can you imagine your mother's friends finding out from their kids all the stories that you telling, and they got to call your mom and say, is this true? They got to call your father and say, is this true? They got to call your old coach who's on the verge of getting fired and ostracized from NCAA track and field and tell her if it's true. See, these are the crazy things. See, God say, vengeance is mine, says the Lord. But let me tell you something about God's vengeance. There is a day when he just knocks on your spirit and say, get them. And the way you want to get them. See, I want to ride past people's house and shoot they shit up. I want to snatch a bitch out of her damn Honda Civic and beat the hell out of her. I wanted to go down to that college campus and kick in every last door of this whole house for trying me. But I didn't have to do that. Want to know why? Because I was incarcerated. So when I planned to do everything that I was going to do, God swept in and threw my ass in jail. Gave me a 38-day preview of what jail was going to be like. Locked up 17 hours a day, 7 days a week. When I got out, I said, get somebody else to do it. I don't even want to fight them. Little did they know, by the time I got out of jail, my podcast and my TikTok page had blown up. That's what you call spiritual warfare. God unlocked my spirit. And when he unlocked my spirit to go to warfare, he didn't let me know, and he ain't gonna let you know, that your human mind and your conscious mind has nothing to do with it. See, all the stuff we went through, we already know how to fight back. It's crazy when God trains you up to go to spiritual warfare on his behalf and your own behalf, and you know you have no idea that you whooping ass in the spirit realm. You just going through every day thinking that life is good and life is peachy. You are whooping people's tail in the spirit right now, and you looking at your phone. I'm telling you, there's a difference between spiritual attack and spiritual warfare. Don't ever misinterpret the two. Spiritual attack is when they attack you. Think about it in the context as if somebody press charges on you. Most people that get an aggravated assault, they get a domestic violence, they get a murder charge, they get any kind of violent crime charge. It's because they attacked a person and that person wasn't able to fight back, or they tried to fight back and it wasn't good enough. But oh baby, when you go to spiritual warfare, God tell you to get on the battlefield and get that bitch. Do you hear me? Ooh, that just gave me some chills. I know my rent gonna get paid. I love y'all. Woo. Also, let that be a lesson to you. People always misinterpret spiritual attack and spiritual warfare. They are two separate things. Spiritual attack has everything to do with them attacking you. Spiritual warfare has everything to do with now y'all on the level playing field and you finna blow their ass up. Because the people that are attacking you are only working on their defense. When you are in spiritual warfare, their attacks taught you how to be offensive. Spiritual training taught you how to be defensive. So in the context of a basketball game, defense wins games, right? But in your context, a good defense with a great offense will demolish a defensive team any day of the week. Period.